Hi, I'm Janis from JBMTHINKS Sports Parenting, coach's wife for 29 years and sports mom for 21. I had a parent recently ask me the question, how do I keep my son interested in sports or in a specific sport? And as I thought about that question more and more, I kind of wanted to push back a little bit on it because I thought, why do we as parents feel it's necessary to push our kids to be interested in something? Sometimes when we do that, it's just not worth the hassle. And let me give you an example. When my youngest daughter, many years ago, was in elementary school, she decided that she wanted to learn how to play the piano. I said, awesome, we will get piano lessons and we will do the whole piano lesson thing. So we did it. Well, as you know, when you take piano lessons, you have to go home and practice. And so she would go to the piano lessons and she would enjoy the piano lessons, but then she'd come home and she didn't want to practice. She wasn't interested enough to practice. I had to literally force her to practice day after day after day. This went on for several months. And finally, when every day was like twisting her arm to get her to practice, or even every other day. And I thought, finally, I reached the point of, why am I doing this to myself? Why am I paying for her to have these lessons when she doesn't even want to do it? And so I said, do we want to keep doing this? And she didn't care. So I'm like, why? Why am I forcing this on her if she's not interested? Now, when kids are little, they don't always know what they're interested in. Okay, they see a shiny penny and they go after it. And I think that's very common. So when kids are little, it's very good to give them opportunities to try many things. My kids tried gymnastics, ballet, a variety of sports before they settled into 2 or 3 that they really liked. So when your kids are little, let them try different things. You don't have to hold them interested in one sport forever. Let them try a variety of things: tennis, swimming, wrestling, whatever they want to try, if you can do that. And they don't have to stay interested in the sport. If they don't like it well enough to continue it, then there's no reason for you to push them to do that. Now, when your child gets older and you say, how do I keep my older child interested? Well, here's the deal. If your child is not interested in playing a sport, then why are you trying to push them to do that? They have got to love the sport. They have got to want to play. Otherwise, you're just like forcing yourself to do something that you don't really want to do. And as a parent, all it's going to mean for you is constant battles. You've got to go to practice. You've got to play this. You've got to do this. Constant battles. If your child is not interested in the sport enough to really want to play, then I'd say don't make them play. Let them find something as an older child, middle school, high school, that they really do enjoy and they want to pursue. So if your child is little and they're not interested, that's okay. Let them try a whole variety of things. Let them try different things. Maybe something will click. Maybe they'll find something that they love. If your child is older and they're not interested, then don't make them play. Simple as that. Don't make them play the sport. Every champion that you talk to will tell you that they had to love the sport they were playing. Now, sometimes their parents did push them. And, that doesn't always turn out the greatest. But if a person is going to stay in it and be really good in it, they have to learn to enjoy and love the sport. So trying to keep your child interested in a sport when they don't really want to play is just forcing something on them that it doesn't need to be forced on them. So that's my answer to the question. If your child is not interested, how do I keep them interested? Now, there are ways to keep them, perhaps have them be pique their interest, I would say, exposing them to different sports, just letting them have fun with it, letting them do it in a non-competitive environment, doing it as a family. There's many ways to pique their interest in a sport, but forcing them to be interested in a sport, I don't think is worth the trouble. And it's not doing your child any good if they're being forced to do something that they really could care less about. There are enough other battles that you're going to have to deal with as far as raising a child and a teenager that are more important than forcing them to play a sport. So I hope that answers a question about keeping your child interested in a sport. And have a great day. And please remember, as you go out there, parents, to be part of the Positive Sports Parenting Tribe.